Hey YouTube, what is up you guys? It is Ray back again with a video. So today y'all, we're going to do a video on my first job, my very first job and my very second job. I have made a video about it before, but I just didn't like it, so I'm refilming it. My first job was at Wendy's. This was like senior year of high school, 2015. And when I had, around this time, my parents were not very easygoing when it came to like me wanting a job and stuff like that. They didn't want me to have a job. So I had to literally figure out how to get one on my own and without their help, because they was talking about, oh, if you get a job, we're not driving you to the job, we're not picking you up. You know, they're not doing nothing for me. Basically, I'm gonna have to do everything by myself. I'm gonna have to buy my work clothes by myself and everything else. So at the time, I had money saved up from other side hustles and other stuff I was doing, and I decided to get a 9-to-5 because I wanted something on my back. So when I do get into getting, you know, more into the work field, I have some type of experience, because I didn't want to be 20 years old and I don't have no job. I have no experience. That just looks off. And my parents were withholding my social security number and my social security card. So I had to actually go in my parents' room and shuffle through their stuff and finally find my social security card, which I found it in 2015, and I took it because I was like, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do and I need some money. I had got my social security card and I decided to apply for Wendy's, and I got the job. Well, I got an interview basically, and I had fake nails like what I got now. He's right by my high school, like maybe about 10 or 15 minutes away, which was good for me because if I needed somebody to drop me off or if I needed to take an Uber, it was probably gonna be like $10. So it wasn't really much. And it was in between my school and it was in between my house where I was living at. So I was like, that's very convenient for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it, you know. And my people, well, not my people, but my friends around me, most of them had 9-to-5s. They were working at fast food restaurants, and they was making hella money. They was making like maybe $900 a week. So I was like very motivated to be on the type of time that they was on, right? Boom. So I applied, got the interview, went to the interview. They're talking about, oh, you gotta take the nails off. And you know, they was basically asking me regular interview questions and stuff like that. So they actually called me back, I think like 3 days later, and they told me to go there for my first day, which I had to go watch a video. So I went there for my first day. I was there for about 4 hours. I had to watch like a video for about 3 hours straight. They gave me my work clothes and they showed me around, told me what I needed to do and stuff. They wanted me to be at the cashier register. Like they wanted me to be a cashier. Basically, they wanted me to be at the register. I was like, okay, cool. And throughout the process of me watching the video, right, I'm like 2 hours in. Where I was at was in the back room, and the back room had cameras, and most of the people I was working there were Hispanic and Black. And so, which I didn't mind, y'all, or, you know, a job is a job, it doesn't really matter. So boom, like I'm sitting over there watching the videos and stuff, and I look at the cameras. Tell me why I see the janitor and one of the employees fighting, like fist fighting in the store. Like, I don't know what happened. Nobody told me anything, but it was basically an argument that went up and it stirred something stirred the pot. And when they did that, they fist fought in the store, literally. And I seen it on camera. It was funny as fuck to me. I'm not gonna lie. I started busting out laughing. And as soon as I saw that, the manager got up and actually told them, like, you know, what are you doing? What's going on? Y'all are fired, this, that, and the third. You're doing this in the workplace. After that, I just felt like that was ghetto. Like after that, after seeing that, I was like, oh no, I don't want to work nowhere where somebody's gonna feel like they can try me, they want to fight me, stuff like that. I'm here for money. I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to fight. You feel me? I'm here to make money. And me doing all that stuff is going to send me to jail or gonna have me fired. I am not one of them. I care more about opportunities and money and stability. I don't care about all that extra shit. So after that day, I was like, I'm not gonna go anymore. So I just ended up not going. I didn't show up the second day, and they kept calling me, did not pick up the phone call, did not go back. And that was my first day at Wendy's. I can't technically say I worked there, but I can technically say I did. I'm very glad that I didn't work there because I probably would have hated it. So it was just extremely, to me, that's so ghetto, and I don't want to be a part of a workplace where people are fighting 24/7 or it's mess going on. So I just decided not to go anymore. And they never sent me like a check of the 3 hours that I did go, well, the 4 hours supposedly that I did go. And the pay I think was like $10 an hour. So they never sent me a check, which I didn't really care because I didn't make that much anyways, but it is what it is. And that is my first job. My second job was a little bit later, summer of me graduating high school. I worked at Dollar Tree for maybe about 4 to 6 months. I don't really recall how many months, but I know it was longer than 3 months because I started working there in June and I think I stopped in like September or October, and I was getting paid every 2 weeks. The payment for Dollar Tree I think was $9 an hour, so I was working like very, very low minimum wage, and I did not mind because at the time I had a record, so couldn't work nowhere, and I had no experience. Couldn't really work nowhere. No job was hiring me. That job hired me on the spot. So basically I went to a Dollar Tree. I told them I want a job. They gave me an application. I filled it out in the car, and then I went back inside and I gave it to the manager, and she asked, do I have my ID, my social with me? I said, yeah, I got it right now. So she just scanned it and she was like, all right, well, since you need a job so bad, you can start tomorrow. So boom, I was like, okay, bet. And she put me on the schedule and everything. My time was like, I think 4 p.m. to 10, but I was really there longer than 10. I literally didn't leave till like 11:30, 12 sometimes. So basically I worked like the night shift or the late evening shift. So boom, I started working there and they gave me a shirt. They told me I had to go get khakis and stuff. That's what you're supposed to wear. So I had to buy like 5 pairs of khakis and some regular shoes. So they had me as cashier and stalker. I enlisted myself to just be a stalker, but they wanted to put me as a cashier, which I did not like. So boom, my very first day, they had me behind this girl that I'm still cool with to this day. She trained me to be a cashier and stuff like that. Nobody trained me to stalk. They just told me, well, my manager kind of did. She just told me what to do, and that was it. Like 10-minute talk, walk through, whatever. So boom, they trained me to be at the cash register for about 2 days, and after 2 days she was like, okay, now it's your turn to, you know, be at the register. So I had the girl that was training me. She was behind me watching me the whole day, like while I was doing it. And she was like, yeah, she's good. So boom, after that I started being a cashier like by myself or whatever. The only problem I would say about working at Dollar Tree is you're on your feet 24/7. You cannot sit down. You can be on your phone, but only sometimes if there's not customers in the store. And a lot of customers ask the most dumbest questions. Like I've gotten asked the most dumbest questions, and then people come last minute when it's closed and they'll get mad because usually Dollar Tree closes the store right when it's supposed to close. So people will walk in like a minute late and they'll get mad, and there's nothing that we can do. Same with stealing. A lot of people will steal at Dollar Tree, and since stuff is so cheap, you can't call the cops and they can't find you. The only thing they can do is just ban you from the store. So we dealt with that a lot, especially people breaking stuff in the store. You can't really tell them to buy it because it's $1. So there's nothing that you can do but tell people to get out the store. And yeah, like it was a very easy process. That's how I learned how to scan stuff and work the register and stuff. They really taught me a lot of different things. And their register was old. This was back in 2016. So when I was working in Dollar Tree, they shit was not updated. Like now, Dollar Tree's registers are updated. You don't have to type on a keyboard and all this type of stuff. This stuff is touchscreen. Back then, that shit was not touchscreen. You had to literally type in your ID number. Every single time you use the register, you had to type in your ID number. You had to scan stuff. You had to press certain buttons to do returns, refunds, stuff like that, discounts, all that type of stuff. People like using coupons in Dollar Tree, and that to me was the worst shit ever because you had to type in so much shit. But it was very simple, very easy. You just scan, put it in the bag, scan, put it in a bag. If it's like, you know, very heavy stuff, you double bag. If it's like plates and stuff that's gonna break, like glass items, you have to put like wrapping paper or paper towels around it and put it in the bag. It was very simple, very easy. So I was going through that shit like crazy, like woo 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 woo. You feel me? So it was the most easiest job I would say that I had, besides the part where I had to clean. They had me trying to clean, sweep and mop, which I did not sign up for. First of all, if I wanted to be a janitor, I would have told them. You feel me? Like, why would I want to do that? That's disgusting. So I did not like that part. I didn't like that they had you switch. I was a backup cashier. So that means like if it's too many people, they'll call on the speaker and be like, backup cashier needed at the front. So I'd have to go to the front and be a backup cashier. A lot of people, since I looked young, or since I was young really, I was 19, 20 at the time, People were always trying to talk to me, always trying to get to know me, which I did not like. I'm here for work. What are you talking to me for? But ask me how much I make and what's going on and stuff. I'm not a friendly person, so it's very hard for me to work at settings where you have to talk to people. So I had to force myself to say good morning, hello, how are you doing? I had to force myself to do that. And some people would constantly try to have conversations with me, even after I scan all their products, even after they fucking swipe their card. And that's another thing too, like working at a cash register, people are very slow to swiping their card, to typing in their information. I've had so many people not even know how to swipe a card. I've had so many people put their card in and took their time typing in their PIN number at the keypad, and that shit just, I don't know, it just low-key pissed me off. And then you had people coming in there talking about returns, talking about they want to get refunds, a lot of stuff. I like being a stalker low-key because I can just put my headphones in and just put stuff where it needs to be and move stuff where it needs to go. You feel me? So that was my favorite part at Dollar Tree. And with Dollar Tree, they had good opportunities. If you work there for a long amount of time, every 3 months, your pay goes up $1. So that's what I liked, you know, the fact that your pay would go up like $1.50. So that way I wouldn't be working for the same amount for a very long time or whatever. This is originally why I quit Dollar Tree. Like eventually when I would be scanning people's stuff, sometimes the register, since it was so old, sometimes it wouldn't give people the correct change back, or it wouldn't give people the right amount of money back, and people would blame me, but the whole time it's the register. It's not my fault. Y'all had them janky ass 1990 registers in a fucking 2000 setting. Sometimes like people would come back in and they'll be like, you give me a wrong amount, or at the end of the day they would check my register and see how much money I had, because you got to check your register before and after. You have to write down how much money you had in your register in the beginning of the shift and then after the shift. And a lot of the times I will be missing like 10 cents or like $20 or something from my register at the end, and they started to feel like I was stealing. And what the fuck am I gonna steal? Y'all don't make that much money. I don't have that much money in my register. Never did. I say at Dollar Tree, you won't have more than $200 in your register. So that shit was annoying, low key. So that's one of the reasons why I quit Dollar Tree. Another reason is because of the messy work field. A lot of people, it depends on where y'all work at, but most of the time when y'all work at Dollar Tree, a lot of people are messy, especially the old people. The young people there are messy as well. So I had like a bunch of cool friends at Dollar Tree, and I would tell them like certain things about myself, but not fully, you guys know that. But I would tell them like I have a second job, because I had a second job. I was working at Five Below while I was working at Dollar Tree. If you guys haven't checked out that video, go check it out. It's on my channel. But I was definitely working multiple jobs at one time. Every job that I had, I usually have 2 jobs. If I don't have 2 jobs, I have side hustles. I don't ever just have one job. That is the most dumbest thing that you could do, unless you're making a good amount of money per hour. If you're making less than, I would say, $40 or $30 an hour, you definitely need a second job or a side hustle. It don't matter what it is now or then, you need that, because nothing's cheap. And certain people's goals and wants in life are very high, and you can't achieve that with one job sometimes. I was telling people like, you know, I got a second job. You know, I was telling people like, you know, how much money I make and stuff like that. Like people was just asking me certain things about myself. People was inviting me out. I kept telling them no, because I'm the type of person where if I'm at work and I have a job, I don't want to be friends with my coworkers, because at the end of the day, they can literally use what you say and do against you. They can sit there and try to get you fired. They can sit there and be messy. And also most of the time, coworkers, being friends with them, when y'all quit that job, you don't hear from them again. Your friendship with them is not going to be in the long run. Only sometimes. Like, yes, you may get a couple coworkers that are friends for life. Like I have a coworker that I was friends with, and I'm still cool with 2 coworkers really. I'm still friends with to this day. But I'm talking about like every coworker that you are friends with, that's not going to happen. You're not going to be friends with them for the rest of your life. Most of them people do not want to talk to you outside of work. Eventually, it went back to the manager. I twisted what I was saying and told the manager, oh, like, Red said that she don't want to work here and she got a second job, but she don't need this job. She make more money. I never said that. Never said that. I said I had a second job because I think somebody brought it up. Somebody was talking about how they don't get paid enough and they want another job and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, that's why I have a second job. I was like, I have 2 jobs because I'm trying to make as much money as possible. And I'm guessing that made somebody jealous, or they made her feel some type of way. And I know exactly who it was. It was this black girl that had a bob. I forgot what her name was, but She was ghetto anyways. But she went to my manager and tried to tell her, and my manager was like, oh, you've been telling a bunch of people. Like, I've been getting a lot of remarks from other people, and they're saying that you feel like you better than this job and you don't want this job and this, that, and the third. You know, if you want to work here for a long period of time, it don't seem like it, this, that, and the third. I'm just sitting over here like, why would I want to work at Dollar Tree for the rest of my life in the first place? Come on now. I don't make enough. Like, my paycheck every 2 weeks was probably $250, $300. That is not enough for somebody to maintain in a society. That's not enough for somebody to even pay rent. If you're making $250, $300 every 2 weeks, you can't even get an apartment with that. You can't even get a car with that. Like, I'm not making that much. So what are you talking about? This is just a good job for, like, if you get out of high school, or if you need quick little 2 whatever, or if you got felonies and stuff. That is a very good job. Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, there's a bunch of dollar stores. But y'all know what I'm saying. Like, it's a decent amount of money, but it's not enough for stability in life. For them to want to talk shit about me and then get on me for this stupid shit is just crazy. And like, ugh. So I eventually quit because I just didn't want to hear that shit. Like, I think I quit. I stopped going after like 2 days after she had said that, because I was like, I can't even be myself. Like, I don't want to be around people where every single time I talk to you, you're going to go tell the manager something. I don't want to be in a work field like that. That means I can't be myself. If I'm always like this, like, I felt like that. And if I have to forcefully close myself off, because I love to talk. I'm a very blunt person. I can't hold my tongue when it comes to certain things. And if I have to not talk to none of my coworkers while I'm in my workplace, like, if I have to force myself to not talk to nobody in there, like, I'm not comfortable. I just couldn't deal with that shit, because they was already saying, like, they was already implying that I was stealing, and I just didn't want to deal with that. I was like, I'd rather quit before they fire me. Fuck that. So I quit. I didn't put my 2 weeks in notice. I think I did, and I still didn't go. I was like, fuck that. I don't care to work there ever again. So that is why I quit working at Dollar Tree. There's a lot of pros and cons to working at Dollar Tree, but they don't offer benefits like that. And like I said, the pay is very low, especially for a lot of work that you do, and dealing with crazy customers, because it is a dollar store. So a lot of ratchet people go in there. People that be cracked out that go in there. People that be loud and rowdy go in there. People go in there with their kids. They don't even watch their kids. I've had numerous times where kids would be lost in the store. Kids would be knocking over stuff, breaking stuff, and you gotta tell them, like, you gotta watch your kids. If you're not watching your kids or by your kids, you have to get out the store. And then you gotta deal with customers that want to return stuff or refund stuff, and they're mad about certain things. I also had to pick up phone calls and stuff and talk to people on the phone while I'm at the register, which I can't do at the same time. Like, they wanted you to do too much for a low amount of money. Even if right now Dollar Tree people probably get paid $10, $15, that's still a lot for you to clean, stock, be a cashier, and then you got to bring carts in, right? Like, I'm pretty sure Walmart employees, HEB employees, they don't do every single thing I just listed. They probably got 2 different jobs or 3 different jobs. They don't have fucking 10. You got to answer calls, stock, be a cashier, push carts in, talk to people when they come into you. You got to back stuff up. You gotta scan items. Like, that's just a lot. That is really a lot. And then you don't have regular breaks. So you only have 1 30-minute break, or you have 2 15-minute breaks. And you can't go in the car. You have to literally stay inside of the building. So you either gotta go to the break room, or you gotta stand outside. And you have to clock out throughout your break. And you have to clock back in, which I don't like. And you have to clock into your register every fucking time. And that's fucking annoying. I'm just fucking annoying. I don't like the ugly ass outfits. I didn't like having to wear certain things, like, and then the fact that you gotta stand up all day. You gotta stand up the whole time you have to register. So even if you're working an 8-hour, 10-hour shift, you have to stand up the whole time. Can't have headphones in like that. Can't be on your phone like that. It's just literally unbearable. I'd rather have more of a laid back job it's not because I'm lazy. It's just because I feel like it's not worth the money. Like, to be that strict, to be that hard, to be doing that much stuff. I'm literally wasting my time and energy on this. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys want to work at Dollar Tree, go ahead. If you guys want to work at Wendy's, go ahead. If you have worked at Dollar Tree before, comment down below. Let me know your experience. If you have worked at Wendy's, comment down below, let me know your experience. All I know is I'm not working at Dollar Tree again, and I'm not working at Wendy's no more. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe.